This is Marvel Feature starring Red Sonja. That'll annoy people, won't it? Sonja. That'll get some people clicking the thumbs down. You're not accomplishing anything. Leave a comment and tell me you hate me. That is more impactful than clicking a dislike button. This is Marvel Feature 6. Marvel Feature, the second series. But all 7 issues of it were Red Sonja. This one is by Roger Thompson and Willie Thorne. Snooker player Willie Thorne. You know, over here, snooker is on the telly. So is darts. It just dawned on me when I thought of Willie Thorne that it is a bit crazy that both these quite boring, barely a sports are televised nationally in the UK. Anyway, I know diddly squat about Red Sonja, and due to the white text on black backgrounds, I couldn't even read the blurb at the top. The 3 things I know about Red Sonja are she knows Conan the Barber, she was played by that man from Rocky IV, and she teamed up with Spider-Man once, and Marvel can't reprint that one issue of Spider-Man Team Up. Spider-Man Team Up 79 by Christopher Clairvoyant and Jason Byrne. It is a chick in a bikini. I think that is the main appeal of Red Sonja. With that said, there are plenty of panels in this where they have had to remove her cleavage to appease the Comics Code Authority. Bottom right, there's no line work whatsoever on her chest to denote 2 breasts. And then, on some other pages, we have giant coconuts bursting out of her steel bra. She is fighting some jackal men at the start. They are like Serpent-Men, but a different breed of species entirely. The reason I got this issue is because it is the first comic book appearance of Seth. Seth is an evil deity created by Robert E. Howard that is often named or evoked in Conan the Barber stuff. With Conan the Barber being published by Marvel for 25 years, Seth and all the lore attached to Seth was also part of Marvel continuity, and it touches some important Marvel cornerstones, like the Serpent art, which features in countless Seaman and Avengers stories. And then there is stuff about the creation of life on Earth. Here is our first appearance of Seth, a single panel cutaway as a crusty hard man tells Sonja about Seth. This is one of those disappointing first appearances where you realise that Seth originally didn't have 7 heads and only looked like a big snake. Sonja is drafted by this hard man to go and find a magic book to help defeat Seth. I found it quite interesting that she is driven by greed. She wants payment. She wants a duel. That is why she is doing it. And so she embarks on a quest, and some cloaked mages create Serpent-Men to bar her way. I don't know if these are officially Serpent-Men. They're not man-serpents, I know that much. I will never confuse Serpent-Men and man-serpents. But I might confuse Crocodile Men and Serpent-Men. She mentions Conan the Barber over here. That felt like in Supergirl, the movie, whenever they mention Superman, to remind everyone that it is definitely a spin-off. We have a letter from future Marvel editor and writer Daniel LaRusso, good friend of Marky Mark G, often co-wrote with him early on. He wrote the Scarlett Johansson story, the one with Jorge Pereira art, and Marky Mark isn't anywhere near the credits on that. And those Scarlett Johansson stories are pretty decent stuff. Nowadays he mostly writes Stanley Lee style introductions to collected editions, the Epic collections. He writes a lot of introductions or outros for them. It's also nice to see a letter from a future pro that was a fan. He, unlike a certain someone else, is writing in here to say things he liked and not try and transform the letters column into his essay column. I sometimes feel I give Daniel LaRusso a bad shake because I usually call his comics a Marky Mark G comic. And that is because I get a greater sense of Mark from Avengers 286 or Marvel 2 for 166. That issue's linked to this. It's set in the Serpent art. Back to our Red Sonja story. She fights the reptiles. They are called man reptiles over here. Nah, I'm not buying that. Man serpents were men with the body of serpents. Serpent-Men were serpents with the bodies of men. If these are man reptiles, then it should be men with the bodies of reptiles. And these are reptiles with the bodies of men. To get back to Rack, what censorship there is seems completely random, and you have bits like this which are a cleavage fanatic's wet dream. I thought the reference to Conan the Barber was cute in a lame way, but it's completely redundant when the motherfucker is in the comic at the end. They have both come seeking the same magic book. I don't have the next issue, so I will likely never know what happens. This really hasn't done much to familiarise me with Red Sonja. All I've learnt is she likes diamonds, and her knockers are featured heavily. I've no idea how to end this review. I don't have an opinion on this. There doesn't feel enough there to build an opinion on. If you like heavy metal women in bikinis fighting evil lizard men with her tits flapping about, it's perfect. Paint this on the side of your van. Hold on. I'm not saying he's unlucky, but if he fell into a barrel full of tits, he would come out sucking his own thumb. 7 of them. 7 thumbs up.